Mic check. One, two. Mic check. One, two. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live stream. If you're watching me right now and you're like, it looks like Jerome just woke up. I did. Merry Christmas to people out in the States. It is December 26th here in Manila. If you see my hair waving, it's because my electric fan is on. I am burning up at the moment. I am running hot at the moment. And it's probably because I ate so many calories yesterday that my body is just digesting it or doing whatever it does. So I ate pretty late. I didn't sleep the best. I hope people who are watching this right now, if you just finished your Christmas dinner or you're relaxing on Christmas Day and maybe you ate a bit much, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a great time with family and friends and with loved ones. And I had a great Christmas yesterday with my fam. We did a lot. I was running really short on sleep. I had 3 hours the night before because I had some other work that I had to finish for a client of mine. And then I was running around all day yesterday with fam, and I ate like a maniac. And I'll tell you that I wouldn't have it any other way. No regrets. And this is going to be the topic of today's conversation. How many of you are up in weight right now because of the holiday? How many of you have maybe gone off the rails a bit? How many of you are struggling right now? I'll be the first to admit that's me. I'm up in weight. I've been eating way more than I don't even say than I would like to admit. I've just been eating a lot more. I admit everything. I've literally been tracking my calories now for the last week and a half, and I'll share all of those numbers with you. And I'm definitely up in weight. But what I love about imperfect consistency is that I hold no shame, no embarrassment about what I'm doing. Do I want to keep eating this way? I don't. It's something that I'm continuing to work on, and it's something that I know will take a long time for me to overcome, if I'll be able to overcome it. But I also know that I can't ever give up on me. My health is number one. It's the one thing that I prioritize over anything else in my life. And old Jerome of the past, would have eaten everything that I ate yesterday and probably would have completely binged the entire night. And then instead of being here in front of a camera the next day, being at my highest weight, mind you, in almost 5 months, and we'll go through that in a minute. Instead of admitting that in front of a camera, I'd be laying in that bed right there saying, maybe I should eat today. What's the point of hitting a fasting timer if I'm not even going to worry about it tomorrow? And that's a big change from who I was a couple of years ago to who I am today, and why it's so important for me to nail down the accountability part, because it's this kind of accountability that will help me pick myself back up after a very big eating day last night, the day before, a few days before that, a few days before that. I've been here in Manila now for almost 6 weeks. And old Jerome, Jerome of the past, if I did not have my habits in check, the weight that I have gained over these last 6 weeks would have completely been out of control versus where they're at today. And I look at that as a win. Some people might be thinking, but you're up in weight, so that's a fail. I don't look at it that way. I look at it as an opportunity for me to minimize damage control, is to work on the way I eat, is to tell myself I can't give up in what I'm doing in taking care of my health and just doing what's important to me. So maybe we can just get into what I want to talk about today when it comes to gaining weight during the holidays and then figuring out what do we do next. And I want to be able to share it in a way where we can fix this together. We can do this as a community. But before I continue on, I just want to say hi to people who took the time to come say hello on Christmas Day, at least out in the US. If you are on the other side of the world, I hope you had a great Christmas or enjoyed your holiday. But before I begin, or I've already begun, but as I continue, I just want to say hi to Jordan, Maggie May, Eric, Deja, Carnivorous Teacher, Happy Bunny, Juyon, anyone else in here? Tanya, Tommy, D-Ducks, Melly Mel. There's a lot of you in here today. Spike, hello. Welcome. Welcome to another live stream. Thanks for being here with me on maybe you on your tail end of your Christmas dinner, your holiday dinner. Maybe you just have the day off and you're just relaxing, but maybe you did overdo it. Maybe some of you are on point. Maybe some of you are currently fasting at the moment. Whatever, wherever you are at right now, I just hope that you're here because you want to take care of your health. And you know it's important for you to be accountable. And hopefully you find this a little helpful or motivating or inspiring, or it at least gives you some solace to know that you're not alone. Because we'll just start here. If I can get the slide going. And I still don't have it correct. There we, yep, yeah. There we go. So let's start here. Yep, I gained weight too. It's not just you. You're not alone. I gained weight too. I'm certainly up in weight today. Today here in Manila, it's the 26th of December. It's 9:52 in the morning. It's like 85 degrees outside. And this morning I weighed in at 152.2 pounds. This is the heaviest weight I have been in almost 5 months. The last time I was this heavy was back in August of 2025, where I was 153.2 pounds. Now, if you look at the very bottom there, this is just a really good reminder that the scale isn't a morality check. The scale, whatever that number says for you, if you are up way more than you thought, if you're about the same weight, even if you're down in weight, the scale doesn't define you. I say this all the time. It's something that I used to say a lot more, something that I probably need to keep saying to remind all of you. The number on the scale does not define you. It doesn't mean that you are worse or better because of a number. First thing that you need to remember, the number on the scale doesn't define you. Do not let that number fuck with your head. And of course, that's hard for me to say because I stepped on the scale this morning and I was like, oh shit. But here's the fact is the number on the scale, it didn't surprise me either. Why? Because I know I've been eating completely, I won't say completely off the rails, but I've been eating outside of my regular eating habit routine. Things have been a little out of hand. So I'm not surprised for the number to do what it did on the scale. For me to push over 150 and to be at the highest weight that I've been in almost 5 months is not a surprise, considering the fact that I have spent almost the last 6 weeks here transitioning from moving to a different country to spending time with family and going out to eat and trying different things and eating back to back days and dealing with jet lag and dealing with a different routine. I mean, I'm not even completely 100% back into my regular rhythm, into my regular routine. And I hope I find that. I mean, even doing these live streams at 9:30 in the morning, this is a different part of my routine. I normally live stream either in the early afternoon, in the late afternoon, or in the evenings. So for me to live stream in the mornings completely throws me off my routine. It is just a fact of life. It's not something that is going to completely, or at least say, well, Jerome, you're off your rhythm, so forget the rest of the day. It's not like that. But let's maybe dig into this holiday weight and what my steps are moving forward. So today is day 782 of my journey. Today is Friday, December 26th. For many of you, it's probably Christmas evening right now. And in the last 2+ years, I keep telling myself that it's not going to be a perfect ride. Your journey will not be perfect either. So if there are some of you who are in here right now, which I would be surprised if you're in here right now watching this and you're still telling yourself you're going to start on January 1st. Why would you wait? Listen, there are probably some of you who are watching this who are like, it's just 5 days from now. In the next 5 days, what's the difference? The difference is your time. Why would you waste 5 days? Why would you waste time taking care of yourself? And I'm not saying that you have to fast for the next 5 days. I'm not saying that you have to eat chicken, broccoli, and rice for the next 5 days, unless you want to. I mean, honestly, it's not that bad if you can cook chicken pretty well. And I love rice. And I enjoy broccoli, although I enjoy white rice. I don't like brown rice, honestly. Maybe that's just the Filipino in me. But I'm going off on a tangent. All I'm saying is, for me, why start on January 1st when you can start working on your habits today? It doesn't mean you have to eat the cleanest. It doesn't mean that you have to fast the longest. All it means is that you put some effort into what you are doing. So let's go into the real numbers here. I started calorie tracking again on the 17th of December because over the last month, things have been completely just, I won't say out of control, but the control has not been there completely. Tara, hold on, I have to change my screen here. Tara with the $10 super chat. I just realized my bed is a mess. Sorry, again, for anybody who's just jumping in here, I literally woke up not too long ago. It's the morning here in Manila. But Tara with the $10 super chat. Tara, thank you for the support. Thank you for the donation. Tara says, Merry Christmas. Thank you for your transparency, encouragement, and support, and for always hosting these live streams. Tara, you're very welcome. I'm glad you find this helpful. Hopefully, you watch these and it reminds you that life is not going to be perfect, that the thing that matters is we pick ourselves back up and we keep going. We keep pushing forward. I resonate with so much of what you share. I appreciate that, Tara. Tara, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Again, I hope you continue to show up here and share with us as well and share your journey, because I do believe that a big part of success here is having a community together and realizing that we're not alone. So again, Tara, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Who's in here? C. Dejo? or Sid or SLD? You did catch a live stream. Nice to see you. Anyway, back to the slides here. So let's get into the reality of things. Is in the last almost 6 weeks, my eating has been out of control. It hasn't gone to binging, which I'm very thankful for, but my calories are way, 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 way up. And because my calories are up, my weight is going up. And it's not so much the number on the scale, but I know that I'm packing on additional body fat. I know that my goal is to not add excess body fat. And the only way that I'm going to be able to do that is by eating cleaner, by getting my cardio and my strength training in, is by eventually being in a caloric deficit. And over the last 6 weeks, I have not been in a deficit. By how much, I don't exactly know, because I stopped calorie tracking. I stopped calorie tracking for about a month. But in the last 10 days or so, I've gotten back to calorie tracking, but it's been a journey, to say the least, because if you look here on the 17th of December, a 5,200 calorie refeed. On the 20th of December, a 9,500 calorie refeed. On the 22nd of December, a 6,000 calorie refeed. On the 24th of December, a 4,500 calorie refeed, where when I ate on that day, I was like, thank God this was not 5,000 or more. I still don't want to be at 4,500. I would love to keep it under 4,000, which I know there are some of you who are saying 4,000. That's so much already. I know it is, but this is a lot different than the 6,000 or 7,000 that I used to do. Although if you look at where my calories are at, they're currently around 6,000 or 7,000 on average. Yesterday on Christmas, I ate 7,800 calories. And here's the thing is I told myself, don't let that derail you to the point that you're just going to mope around in bed. You're going to feel sorry for yourself. You're going to feel insecure. You're going to complain about how your clothes don't fit well. And oh my God, I look like this. I look like that. And then I end up saying, well, fuck it. I might as well eat today too. I might as well not go for my walk. I might as well not go to the gym and lift weights. I might as well not live stream. I might as well not show up. My head is obviously in a different place today because when I'm on point, I'm here showing you all the stats of like, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at that, look at right. And right now, here I am admitting to having crazy refeeds, weight being up, being at the heaviest weight I've been in almost 5 months. But I understand the importance of doing that as well. This is what helps me get back on track because the moment I say, don't think about this, don't hit a timer, don't go for your walk, who cares about lifting weights? Let's just start tomorrow. Let's just wait until the end of the year. Let's just start on January 1st. That kind of mentality, that kind of thinking is a slippery slope because that is how you perpetuate the cycle. That is how you perpetuate the all or nothing cycle. And so here I am talking you, here I am talking to you today on the 26th of December at 10:04 in the morning with bedhead. I forgot to tidy up because I was busy working on these slides for this live stream so I could do it on time. And telling myself that all I need to do is practice imperfect consistency, be accountable, be honest about what I'm doing, and that will help push you to do the right things. And as I sit here right now, after eating 7,800 calories, probably not even 12 hours ago, it's already helping motivate me to say, Jerome, you got this. You're going to be okay. You've been doing this for a long time. All you have to do today is just get back on your routine. Spike with a $10 super chat. Spike, thank you for the donation. Thank you for the support. Spike with the $10 super chat says, Jerome, your ultimate success was 72 plus hour fast with open refeeds. Why not give that a shot again? So this is a great question. And this is something that I've thought about as well. But here's, okay, so let me maybe put it this way, right? Is my ultimate success, though, I don't know if I agree with that. Because yes, I found great success going from 220 plus pounds. And at my heaviest, I weighed 235 pounds and dropping all of that weight in record time, losing that weight in less than 5 months, getting down to under 140 pounds. And I also know that during that time, even though I got down to that weight, I was still very stuck in that all or nothing mindset. I was freaking out about not doing a 90-hour fast and only doing 89 hours. Even though I should have known then that 89 hours was still great to do. I think that was just the all or nothing mentality in me. But let's not forget, and just a reminder to Spike and to everyone in here as well, it was shortly before I moved to the Philippines when I was doing ADF on point, ADF, keeping my calories in track, eating every other day, lifting every other day. And I hit my lowest weight of 135.6. I hit my lowest weight in over 4 years. And that wasn't done through 72s. It wasn't done through 90s. That was done through averaging around a 36-hour fast and eating around 3,500 calories and eating more frequently, fasting less, and lifting heavier. And that was also backed up with my DEXA scan. So I had my DEXA scan done in November last month, November 6, 2025. I had my DEXA scan done. And I went from 20% body fat to 17.5% body fat. And when I was at 20% body fat, that was through my 90-hour fast. And that 17.5 is a year later doing less fasting, more frequent eating, and heavier lifting. And so I think this is a case by case basis because I don't regret any of the work that I did at the very beginning of my journey doing 90-hour fasts. But I also give so much credit to where my head is at today, doing shorter fasts and being able to have the energy to lift hard after refeeding days. But I look at this too because at the same time, it isn't just 36-hour fasts. I mean, I've still plug in a 65 here, I'll plug in a 90-hour here and there. So it's not that I wouldn't give it a shot because I just came off of a 64-hour fast on the 20th of December. So longer fasts are still in my wheelhouse, but they don't happen as often. I don't really see myself doing rolling 65s or rolling 90s in the near future. I know I'm up in weight, but I guess I also say this because I know what I would like to do is work on the hardest part for me, which is my eating. I know there's different sides to this as well because I'm sure you're probably thinking about this too, Spike, is, but Jerome, you know you can fast for 90 hours. And I know I can. The fasting part is the easy part for me. And so you're probably just like, just do the long fasts, get the weight down, and then you'll be good. Eat whatever you want. And I get that. And it's something that I will use from time to time, just the same reason I did a 64-hour fast recently, because I knew I was going to be eating a lot at the holiday party that I had to go to 6 days ago. I just don't want it to be the majority of what I'm doing at this point. I would like to be able to do something like ADF where it feels a little more sustainable for me. Again, it's something that I'll have to play out by ear. It gives me something to think about, I guess, at the end of the day, because I also wonder if I did longer fasts, how that would affect my performance in the gym. But it's something that's also worth a shot. Spike says here, I'd rather get the weight off and then perfect my maintenance routine. Once that weight stress is gone, I can think clearer. And that's actually a really good point, too. So, what Spike is saying here is sometimes when, for example, I'm up in weight right now, I'm 152.2. So, I'm about, I would say, anywhere between 12 to 14 pounds higher than I would like to be. But here's the thing though, Spike, is 2 days ago I was 143. And then about a week ago I was 141. And I'm pretty happy within that range. And that wasn't doing rolling 72s, 90s, so on and so forth. So I have been in a lot of ways just a bit above maintenance. And I'm at the refining part. I'm at the refining part. I guess you can also look at this as you had such a huge refeed, just push along fast and get that water weight off. And I get that too. So again, it also depends on how I feel. But here's the thing is tomorrow's Saturday. I have plans with family. I'm going out to eat. And my hope then is, and that's the thing, there's a lot changing here in my life where I am going out, I am going out a lot more. While I'm out here as well, like I want to do different things. I want to go out. I want to try different things. And I will probably be eating more than I typically have been. It's a balancing act. And maybe the only other way I can say this is I will take it day by day. I have a plan in mind, and I'll talk about that in a second, but hopefully that clears some of that up. So we'll see what time looks like for me moving forward. Anyway, Spike, thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. The other side that I want to point out here is imperfect consistency. If you know me by now, if you've been watching me for a long time, imperfect consistency is the name of the game. If you're new here and you're wondering what imperfect consistency is, it simply means that you do not have to achieve perfection in what you do. What's important is what you do day in and day out, is providing consistency in your life, whether it comes to hitting a timer when you're fasting, to making mindful choices when you eat, to getting your steps in for the day, getting your lifts or your strength training or your boxing or jujitsu class or dance class or yoga or whatever it might be. Making sure you're on a consistent sleep schedule, working on the mental part of your health. Imperfect consistency is about consistency in what you're doing, not perfection. Most people right now are at the tail end of Christmas or their holidays. And I do think it's important that you enjoy your holidays. I had a great holiday yesterday. I did a lot of great things with family. I did a lot of different things that I normally don't do in the States in terms of celebrating the holidays. Christmas, if if you're not Filipino or you don't know the tradition here in the Philippines, Christmas goes hard in the Philippines. Christmas literally starts September 1st in the Philippines. There are lights everywhere. Last night, I think it was maybe like 82 degrees yesterday. And we went to like a fireworks show, and it was like they were blowing these like smoke bubbles everywhere. And it was just, and this is just one part of Manila, like all of Metro Manila, fireworks shows, lights everywhere, all of these different things. It's crazy. Christmas goes hard here. And I can't even remember what I was getting at that point. But I guess just to get back at it, it's about enjoying your holidays, enjoying time with your family and friends and loved ones. I'm not saying that you have to eat like a maniac. I'm just saying don't be so hard on yourself if you want to enjoy yourself. It does not erase your progress. It does not nullify everything that you've been doing over time. At the very bottom here, I wrote, this week is a win if we just show up. Some of you might be thinking, how can this be a win? Jerome, you just said you ate 7,800 calories yesterday, and you had 4,500 calories the day before, and you're at a caloric surplus. You're up in weight. You're up in body fat. How is that a win in your eyes? And I'm going to tell you again, life is not perfect. The weight on the scale going down doesn't mean that I'm better. I can't value it that way, because when I start to do that, it fucks with my head. It puts me in this mindset of you're only good if you weigh this much. You're only worth something if you X, Y, and Z. When it comes to a number on the scale, to the way you eat. Yes, I feel better when I eat healthier. Yes, I feel better when I get my steps in. Yes, I feel better when I lift weights. Yes, I feel better when I get a good night's sleep, but that has nothing to do with my value and more to do with my health. Health is important. When I talk about a win, even though I'm up in all of these numbers, it's because I am telling myself in my head, the other part that you have to work on, is that I am not a failure in what I'm doing. I can still get back up after enjoying the holidays, that I didn't fuck up. And I'm saying this to all of you right now. I've literally said over and over now, I am at the highest weight I have been in almost 5 months, but I'm not sitting here panicking. I'm not sitting here saying, time to do a 7-day fast. Because I know that imperfect consistency, and I've already shown that doing ADF, got me to my lowest weight in over 4 years, not by 90-hour fasts, not by 1-week fasts, but by doing something like ADF, by getting my steps in, lifting weights, sleeping well, and just getting on a routine. What else did I put on the slide? All I said is this week is a win if we just show up, because I know for many of us, we're waiting until January 1st. I don't know if there's anyone in here in chat right now who's waiting for January 1st, but if that is you, I'm telling you, if you can start today instead of waiting until the first of the year, you're already ahead of the game. You're already instilling better habits instead of waiting for the first of the year, instead of waiting for 2026. And like I said earlier, this is more than just fasting. In the last 13 days, my daily step average is around 11,000. That should say 1225 on it, but I forgot to update that part. Strength training the following morning after a refeed, which has been on point. Every time I refeed, I go lift weights. That's my plan today. I ate 7,800 calories last night. I better make use of it today. And I'm going to do that at the gym, being as bloated as I am. I think I've said this before. When at the very beginning of my journey, after I would refeed 7,000 calories, I didn't want to go to the gym because I felt bloated. I felt fat. I felt insecure. And I was actually doing myself a disservice, because instead of going to the gym and lifting weights and making use of my calories, I was too worried about what people thought about me, when I knew for a fact that nobody gave a fuck if I walked into that gym or not. And it's one of the reasons that even though I feel bloated today, I'm going to go lift weights and take advantage of it and do myself a favor and really use the calories and expend that energy, because why not? The moment you start to realize that your journey is more than just a number on the scale, that it's more than just fasting and saying you fasted for X amount of days, the more you start instilling these other good habits in you and finding balance in what you're doing, the more you're going to find long-term sustainability. The more you will feel good about what you're doing. The more you realize that, hey, this is just life and I can find balance in these everyday things. I don't have to beat myself up over doing these specific things. I don't have to feel like a failure. I don't have to feel like blah, blah, blah. Right? It comes with time. It comes with practice. It comes with doing things that you might not be good at doing. And think about this. Yes, a long fast is impressive. Eating super clean is impressive. But how many of you can be here right now and say, I have shown up on a regular basis. I have kept the weight off for X amount of time because my habits are instilled. How many of you have kept the weight in control instead of doing the all or nothing? Because maybe that is the hard part for many of you. That is another tool that maybe you should consider working on. Again, it doesn't mean that you can't go hard. I will always support that if that's what you want to do. But you have to find some balance in between instead of walking away from whatever it is that you're doing. Juyon with a 10,001 super chat. Juyon, I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. And Gion says here, Jerome, thank you always. Gion, I appreciate you. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for the support. You know I'm always rooting you on, Gion. I see you hop on here. I always read your comments as well. It really means a lot to me that you're continuing to work on your journey. So thank you, Gion, for showing up. Thank you for your accountability. Thank you for the support today. I appreciate you. And North Dakota just became part of the Finally Fasting fam. North Dakota, I can't remember if you were before or not, but people who are part of the Finally Fasting fam, can we throw some F's up for North Dakota or throw a custom emoji up? I mean, you all have custom emojis to use. North Dakota, thank you for being part of the Finally Fasting fam. I appreciate your support. I'm not exactly sure which tier you joined, but if you joined the higher tier, then maybe I'll see you on Wednesday's live stream. Is it Wednesdays? Thursdays. I keep forgetting because the times are off for me. Wednesdays, right? Yes, I believe. Either way, North Dakota, thank you for being part of the Finally Fasting fam. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Where am I at? I haven't even had time to read chat yet, and I'm going to do that in a little bit. But I wanted to get through this holiday talk and talk about what my plan is moving in the future. So I'm going to share this again. I practice something called the 80-20 rule, meaning that 80% of the time, that is where I am eating well, I am fasting, I'm getting my steps in, I'm lifting weights, I'm sleeping well. Those are my 80% days. If I can complete all of those things, those are my 80% days. And then I have 20% days where these should only happen 20% of the time. These are days where I celebrate Christmas. These are days where I go on vacation. These are days where I go out with friends for some random drinking, whatever. But you'll see here, in the last 9 days, it's been all sorts of fucked up. Instead of practicing 80-20, I'm currently on a 56-44. Wait, that's not right. That's a 44-56. So 44% of the time, I'm only doing my 80% days. I'm way below. And this is why I'm up in weight. This is why I have excess body fat right now. This is why I'm in a caloric surplus. This is something that I need to work on because I've had way more 20% days than 80% days. And hopefully as time goes on, this number will continue to change. Now, I have plans and I have goals and I have a strategy that I'm putting together, but I will share that with you on Sunday when I have Sunday's live stream to talk about New Year's goals. I don't really believe in these New Year's resolutions anymore because I've continued to keep this weight off for this long, but it doesn't mean that I still don't like to plan and strategize. So I'm going to share this calorie pace that I was working on before. And it's not all completely filled out, but I wanted to share this with you because I think it's really important. So you know why I am up in weight, why I currently have excess body fat, why I am in a caloric surplus. I started calorie tracking again on the 17th of December. And if you see anything highlighted in red, that means I am in a caloric surplus, which means I have been eating more than my body has been expending. There was only one day where I was in a caloric deficit. Other than that, this number has been going completely off the rails because I keep eating way too much. And if we push out to the second week here, you'll see right now my calories in over the last however many days this is, 10 days, 9 days since I started tracking, I have 32 or almost 33,000 calories I have consumed. And my body has only expended about 21,000 of that. Because of that, I am in a caloric surplus of over 12,000 calories, which means I have about 3.5 pounds of excess body fat on me that I've added on. Now, this number isn't perfect. My calorie tracking is not perfect. The calories expended is not perfect. That's going to be different based on my walks, on how hard I'm lifting, on the activity I'm doing for the day. The foods that I'm eating, I'm not exactly tracking the calories to a T. But this is a general guideline. Just like stepping on the scale is a general guideline. It gives me an overview of, okay, Jerome, which way are you going right now? Are you going to the adding body fat route, or are you going to the losing excess body fat route? It's not a perfect science, but this is a good way to help me stay on track. And looking at that number, being at a caloric surplus of 12,000 plus calories, yeah, I'm up in weight. Which is why when I step on the scale, it's no surprise. No surprise at all. So, what does that mean for me? Where do I go from here? What do I do to get back on track? What's next? I don't know why that says what next. That should say what's next is to get back on my routine. I put here in parentheses because I'm talking to you as well, because we're fixing it together. Get back on your routine. How am I going to do it? You don't have to do it my way, but if it's helpful for you, incorporate whatever is helpful. What am I going to do next? I'm going to continue hitting my timer. Here's the conversation about the timer. Jerome, why do you always talk about hitting a timer? What is a timer? Why does it? You don't have to hit a timer. I hit a timer. When I talk about a timer, I'm talking about me recording how long I'm fasting for. Why does that matter to me? Because it does something in my head that says, okay, Jerome, you're not eating right now. You're on the clock. You're on the clock to not eat. Give yourself some time away from food. And for some reason, whatever that reason is, hitting a timer is helpful for me in that way. Does that mean that you need to hit a timer? No. Does that mean you need to download an app? No. If you want to write it down after you swallow your last bite of food. If you work with me as I do coaching sessions, make sure you fill it out on your spreadsheet. That will automatically calculate time for you. Whatever it is that's helpful for you, just find a routine to get back on. There's a lot of talk about how if you're going to do an 8-hour fast, a 12-hour fast, then what's the point of hitting a timer? And I'm telling you, using a timer, even if it's a short fast, is helpful because it keeps your head in the game. It keeps you in this place of, oh, okay, I understand why I'm doing this. I understand the importance of, at least I'm being mindful. At least I'm putting some thought into it. Spike, again, with a $10 super chat. Spike, thanks again for the support. I appreciate you. Spike, you don't have to do everything as a donation, but I appreciate the support. Spike says, easy 80-20. If I base it on weekends, or if based on weekends, would be strict all week, then a 34-hour free window. So basically from Friday night till Sunday morning, or Saturday morning till Sunday night would be a cheat window. That's also very true, right? There are many different approaches to this. So like, and again, this is why, honestly, for me, 80-20 makes a lot of sense, because you can apply 80-20 to almost every aspect of your life. So you could think about it fasting wise. 80% of the time, you get your fasts in check, right? But you can also apply it to eating. You're going to eat healthy 80% of the time. You're going to get your steps in 80% of the time. You're going to have a good sleep schedule 80% of the time. The other 20% of the time, fuck around. You don't have to find out because that's only 20% of the time. If you really think about this, 80-20 is just another way of saying imperfect consistency. It's just another tool where you get to tell yourself it doesn't have to be all or nothing. This is me trying to help people find some kind of balance in this. But this is also a really good way, Spike. And there are clients that I work with that do something very similar. Some people who have a lot of weight to lose are pretty much fasting throughout the week and then enjoying themselves on the weekend. But some of the issues that I have with some clients as well is the weekends go completely off the walls and there's no calorie tracking at all. And they're completely, and so again, it depends. Sometimes what ends up happening is the weekend is so open without any kind of mindfulness that then the Sunday rolls into a Monday, rolls into a Tuesday. And so it can work. It definitely is a great idea too, to put, and you know why this works for a lot of people as well? Because most people are working between Monday through Friday. So Monday through Friday is easy for a lot of people. And then Friday evening until Sunday evening, you can be pretty lax because you put yourself on a pretty long fast, or during Monday through Friday, even if it's not a super long fast, you keep the calories down or you keep the calories in check. Again, so many ways to go about this, but that's a great protocol as well. It makes me wonder for you, Spike, what is your plan moving forward? Are you currently on a plan? What are you doing? But Spike, thank you again for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So to get back onto what's next, for me, it's about hitting a timer, being knowledgeable, or being in the mindset of, am I fasting? Am I feasting? Am I taking time right now from eating and focusing on things like my work, my sleep, my steps, my strength training, which are all of these other parts of my routine. I hit my timer. I get my fast in. I work on getting good sleep. I get my steps in. I lift weights to maintain my strength or continue adding muscle. And I work. I keep busy. And the other part here that I didn't add is the mental health. Are you working on you? Are you working on figuring out why you eat the way you do? Why you act the way you do? How do I make sure I don't stress eat? How do I make sure that I don't let things get out of control? These are things that I am still continuing to work on because it is a very hard part for me when it comes to my diet. At the very bottom here, I wrote something that says no panic fasting, no panic dieting. And listen, I don't have to go too deep into what no panic fasting is or what no panic dieting is because I know many of us have been there. Oh my God, I ate ridiculous during the holidays. You know what? Eat like shit too on the 26th, the 27th, the 28th, the 29th, the 30th. Because you know why? Because I have a party on New Year's Eve. So I'm going to eat shitty on those days too. And you know what? I'm going to start on the 1st of January. And then when the 1st of January comes, I'm going to do a 40-day fast. I'm going to do a 25-day fast. That's what panic fasting is. Many of us get into this situation. Does that sound familiar? You eat like shit one day, you tell yourself, well, I'm going to fast for the next 10 days. Anybody? I've done it. That's been me many times. And how many times has that been successful for me? I can't tell you the number of times I've told myself, okay, if I start at midnight and I go 21 days that will fall exactly on this day that I have this party to go to, or I have this wedding to go to, or I have this event to go to. I have tried it so many times and I have failed so many times. And then 21 days becomes 20 days. And then 20 days becomes 14 days. And then 14 days becomes 10 days. And then you know what happens between days 21 or with 21 days left and 10 days left? Nothing. Those 11 days, I just eat like shit. And I just dig a deeper hole, digging a deeper hole, gaining weight, letting things get out of hand because I can't get my head out of the all or nothing. If you are on your journey and you're sitting here and you're like, that's me, Jerome. I had a really awful holiday where I just ate all the fruitcake. You know what? No one else ate the fruitcake but me. Nobody fucking likes fruitcake, but you know what? I fucking ate it anyway. I don't know if there's anyone here that really likes fruitcake. I actually don't mind it. I mean, I can't remember the last time I've had it, but you know what I mean. Sometimes there are people who just completely will eat everything because they tell themselves, well, fuck it. I'm just going to eat everything today because I do not care. And you know what? I'm going to start tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the 26th of December. And then you'll be like, oh, I don't really want to do this. Why? Because you're thinking all or nothing, because you said, hey, I'm just going to fast until whenever. And then the 26th becomes a binge day as well. Also the 27th. And then before you know it, you're like, I'm just going to start on the 1st of January. And then other people have a party on the 1st of January. Filipino people do all the time. There's always, I have a New Year's party to go to on the 1st of January. I'm going to be eating on that day too. And then people are like, well, I'm not going to start on the 1st of January because I have a party to go to. So I'm going to start on the 2nd of January. And then the process starts over. The all or nothing starts over again and again and again. You don't have to crash fast, panic fast, crash diet, panic diet. Put some imperfect consistency into your life. See if changing your habits in this way can be helpful for you. Okay. Bedhead Jerome is going to take some time now and read through the chat. Remember, this is an accountability live stream for me. So this is where I share where my fasting is at, where my weight is at, how I feel. Yes, I'm up in weight. But it is what it is. I can't beat myself up over it. I can't turn back the clock. I can't be like, well, I mean, I ate 7,800 calories yesterday. What am I going to do? I can't change that. But what I can do now is hit a timer, go for a fast, do whatever I need to do. Priceman 5, holy guys, with the donations today. Priceman 5 with a $20 donation. Priceman 5, it's nice to see you. Priceman 5 with a $20 donation says, hi, Jerome and Finally Fasting fam. It feels like forever since I've seen you all. It's been a minute, it feels like, Priceman 5. It's so nice to see you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I'm sad to admit I've fallen off over the holidays and before, to be honest, but I'll recover stronger. We all will. Priceman 5, I mean, it already takes a lot to, one, just say this in general, but two, to even send a super chat and highlight it for everyone here. Because, you know, even though you send the super chat, it highlights it for everyone and it sticks there. So I don't even want to, like, when you say sad to admit, listen, we've all been there. You've been there, I've been there, and I'm sure, right, it isn't your first time. If anything, the transparency, maybe just letting it out, is already helpful in that way. I mean, the only other advice that I put here is, what's next, Priceman 5? What's next for you? I mean, I don't know how much you've been watching of this stream, but maybe it just means hitting a timer again. Maybe it just means being more accountable. I don't know if you saw, but these live streams are in stone now. I am literally streaming 3 days a week for everyone, 4 days a week for my autophagy members. But maybe it means that on Sunday, when I live stream again, you'll keep us posted on what your journey looks like. Priceman 5, I hope you're not saying to yourself, I'm going to start on the 1st of January. Maybe I'll read later in chat that you've already started or you have a plan, and it might not, right? It doesn't have to be a 7-day fast or whatever. It just means, hey, I'm still in holiday mode, but I want to hit a timer. I'm going to try to do OMAD. I'm going to try to do 2MAD. I'll try to keep it clean. I'm going to get my steps down, whatever it might be. But you're right. You will recover. You will get stronger. I think a lot of this is building your habits, getting your mindset right. So, Priceman, thank you for the generous donation. Thank you for the $20 donation. I mean, same as Spike. Spike just donated $20. I appreciate the support from all of you. Thank you so much. Keep us posted, Priceman 5. I'm proud of you for sharing with us. I'm proud of you for being honest about your journey. I look forward to seeing what things look like for you down the road. So it's nice to see you. Keep me posted. Priceman 5 says here, I'm not waiting till the 1st. That makes me happy to hear. I'm sticking to OMAD, but I've been stressed due to getting ready for military retirement. I mean, it sounds like you have a lot going on. I don't even know what that looks like. I'm sure there's a lot involved into getting to that point, but hopefully as you get whatever you need to get together to get all of that settled, that, you know, life is able to feel a little more normal again. But again, just another piece of advice, right, is your health should be number one. So continue working on that as well. Priceman 5, thank you for the generous donation. I appreciate you. I look forward to hearing from you, keeping us posted. But thank you for always supporting. I mean, when people tell me they watch the replays, or even when I coach someone and I've never heard from them before, and they tell me they've been watching for a while, I always appreciate the support. So thank you so much, Priceman 5. I know you've been a supporter for a while, so I appreciate you. That's great. 20 plus years now transitioning to a new life/career. Things will settle once I get to the new normal. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. Thank you for your service, Priceman 5. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to scroll up here. Actually, someone asked a question. Stephen asked, Jerome, can you explain the difference between fasting and OMAD in regards to the mind and body? I'm still finding OMAD easier. I'm a little confused here, Stephen. Oh, okay. Yeah. Can you explain the difference between fasting and OMAD in regards to the mind and the body? I'm still finding OMAD easier to do. So, I mean, obviously, OMAD will be easier than fasting longer. I don't think there's much explanation when it comes to that, because you still get to eat every day. For a lot of people who do OMAD, I mean, I wish I could be in that position where I could eat every day and just keep my calories under control. Now, when you're talking about like the mind and body, fasting longer, a lot of it is a psychological game, if that's what you're asking. A lot of it is mind games to get you to fast for longer. Most of the time, we are eating because the habit is so ingrained in us to eat 2 times a day, 4 times a day. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I think there is a lot of good that can come out of intuitively eating, especially if you're really in tune with your body and you're like, I'm really hungry right now. My body really needs this because I had a huge workout, whatever it might be. But I know there are other people who have very sedentary lives or people who are obese, where right now eating probably doesn't have to be a thing. It's more of a psychological thing than an actual physical need to eat, because if they don't eat, they're going to die. Um, I don't really know how to answer this question in terms of, like, I know a lot of people talk about feeling euphoric after doing a longer fast, but I'll be honest with you, I've never really felt that. There are times where I feel more focused and I have absolutely no hunger cues at all. And that usually comes with a longer fast. The longer I fast, sometimes the food noise is completely gone, but then I'll have moments where it comes back and it comes back strong, but usually it lasts for 15 minutes or half an hour, sometimes less than that. But I don't know if I'm answering the question the way you are specifically asking. Um, but OMAD typically is easier to do because most of the time we have the psychological relief that we are going to eat for the day. I think the hard part for many people is knowing that they're going to have to go a day longer without food, that they're going to have to go to bed at night without eating. That's something that I'm going to do today. But for me, I find it, I mean, listen, I ate 7,800 calories yesterday. So for me to take a break from food today, my body needs it. It's different in that way. Um, Again, I might not be answering it the way that you might be asking, but if you want to add on to it, as I come down here and chat, maybe I'll be able to read and see if I can help in that way. So I'm going to go read through chat here. Like I said, if you want to share your accountability, share it. I'm happy to go through it. I'm happy to see how things are going for people. So please feel free. Deja said, Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope everyone had lots of yummy food. I had way too much pie. Deja, what kind of pie? You know you have to tell me. You can't just say you had pie and not. The grace over guilt message really resonated with me. And I know the steps to get back on track. It was nice to just enjoy food. I'm proud of you, Deja. You know what? I'm glad then I was able to share that message, because even if it's helpful for one person, it's nice to know that you were able to enjoy and maybe not feel super, super guilty. Um, or like you said, that you're not feeling guilty and you're not sweating it because you know what you have to do. That's all it takes, right? It's just showing up and pushing forward. Carnivorous teacher says, Merry Christmas all. Normal eating day for me. Planning ADF until the new year. Let's keep it going. Carnivorous teacher, thanks for sharing with us. We'll see what next week looks like for you. When I say that, I'm talking about our autophagy live stream. So that's great. I love it. I love it. Keep us posted. Keep that accountability up. Eric says 2 days of holiday eating for me, and I'm thinking the same thing. And he was saying in regards to what Deja was saying is Eric knows what he needs to do. He's going to be fine. So I love that. I love that this mindset is impacting people where they don't have to go the all or nothing route. And I say this knowing some of the people that I'm referencing here, because there are a number of us who think this way, who get in this all or nothing mindset, and who are currently trying to find a middle ground and being okay with not being all or nothing in what they're doing. Happy Bunny says, hi, happy holidays, happy Bunny. I didn't feel like I went too crazy. I had 2 days of eating focused on veggies. But see, you've already put a habit into play. And this is what I'm talking about. Happy Bunny says here, I had 2 days eating focused on veggies, but had cookies and chocolates, which I feel like is a win because, yeah, maybe cookies and chocolates weren't the best choices, but it's also the holidays. You knew it was probably going to be there, but you still put a mindset into making sure that it didn't start with cookies and it didn't start with chocolates, that you gave yourself some whole foods at the beginning. I'm feeling a bit uncomfortable, hoping to get back into a fasting routine. I mean, all you have to do, Happy Bunny, is just hit that timer and just keep doing what you have to do. I'm doing it. I know others are doing it as well. All you have to do is just keep going. So keep us posted, Happy Bunny. Thank you for sharing. Gion says here, I dug into whole cakes for Christmas. Gion, I hope you enjoyed. Again, just a reminder to keep practicing the way you eat. Keep finding ways to help yourself from completely digging into the entire cake. You'll have to keep us posted as you normally do. So thank you for sharing with us. I'm with you, Maggie. Ready to jumpstart my fasting muscle. I've been coasting for way too long. I mean, we're in it together. You'll keep me posted. I'm sure you'll keep the rest of the autophagy stream posted as well. So we're with you. We're with you. Dedux says, hi, Jerome. I'm 47 hours into my 5th round of 90s. Congrats, Dedux. Dedux has been doing rolling 90s and has been finding great success. I've lost 18.3 pounds in 16 days. My biggest win is finally seeing the visceral fat numbers declining. That is a huge win. For people who are unaware of what visceral fat is, that is the fat around your belly that is usually, if I'm remembering correctly, the cause of things like diabetes and I believe cardiovascular disease. And I had my DEXA scan done, and the visceral fat there for me is at a very good number, which I'm very happy about because I know many of you have seen what I looked like before, and those numbers probably would have been completely off the charts. So I love to see that, Dedux. Congrats to you on 5 rounds of 90s, losing that amount of weight. Keep it going. Keep us posted, Dedux. I love that for you. Thank you for sharing with us. Melly Mel says, big eating day yesterday. I didn't even track, but estimating over 4,000 calories. So Melly Mel, same for me. Yesterday, I didn't exactly track. All I ended up doing, and I've been doing this a lot lately, and for anybody who might find it helpful, I literally will go into ChatGPT. Most of the time, I take pictures. I take pictures, and sometimes I take it at different angles, and I just give it to ChatGPT and say, hey, I ate this. And then I'll say specifically what I ate. I try to be as descriptive as possible. And then I say, can you please break down calories and protein for me? Can you give me a worst case scenario? When I say worst case scenario, I am asking ChatGPT to give me the highest amount of calories and protein, not even protein, just the highest amount of calories, so then I can log it and track it. So, right, you're estimating over 4,000. That's exactly what I did yesterday. That's why I got to 7,800, because I listed out descriptively what I ate and everything I remembered, because I was at least writing it down, because that's me trying to be accountable. And then that's how I got that number. It isn't perfect science. ChatGPT isn't perfect by any means, but it's better than nothing. It's a way to keep myself in check. So Melly Mel says 1 hour refeed today, 12,000 or 1,200 calories, which is great, right? This is what I mean. This is something that I need to work on as well. I am not the best at eating 7,800 calories and then saying, okay, Jerome, you can eat again tomorrow, but just keep the calories under 1,500, under 1,200, because you ate so much. Instead, I'm still doing a very all or nothing thing that says time for 0 calories. Now, I'm okay with this because I've gone from that to not fasting for X amount of time. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just say this because I am very all or nothing. You all know this. It is very apparent. I am trying to find new ways. I'm trying to find balance in what I'm doing. So I love that you're able to do this, Melly Mel. I love to see that you're here and you're sharing with us and you're saying, okay, this is where I'm at. I'm still in it. I'm not waiting until the new year. And you're able to do something like intermittent fast and keep the calories low. That's really working on your multiple levers, on your other weight loss levers. Timer started for 40 hours of ADF. Imperfect consistency. I love that for you, Melly Mel. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you so much. I see Eric is saying, I'm still working with Zero's customer service to get the app back. And you know what, Eric, I need to work on my app. Actually, we should probably have a conversation in the near future, but we can talk later. So, um, yeah, Eric says, not hitting a timer yesterday had me snacking longer than I should have. And like I said, sometimes when you don't hit a timer, the mindfulness goes away. And when the mindfulness goes away, that's when we tend to eat more because we're like, oh, I don't want to worry about it. I don't want to deal with it. I'm not hitting a timer, so I might as well just eat. So it's tough. I get that. It's tough. Um, I can't pronounce this. I don't know if this is SLD or SID, but we'll go with SLID or SL or SI. I don't know. We'll just go with S. S says, ate a healthy Christmas breakfast and a dinner. I enjoyed being with family and ate what was cooked. That's great. To burn off calories, I played catch and run, or I played catch and ran around with the kids. We had a great time. God bless. I love that for you. I love that you ate healthy for breakfast. You enjoyed yourself for dinner. You had some cardio in. That's finding balance. That's doing something that isn't completely all or nothing. I know it's a little tough, I think, for people who sometimes come in here with the all or nothing mindset and they're like, Jerome, why aren't you talking about fasting for 4 days? Why aren't you talking about, I mean, I have, and I've done it, and I'm proud of my success. But I'm also, I feel, at a part of my journey where I'm happy doing ADF. Eventually, if I can control my eating, I will probably be in a place where I will do OMAD the majority of the time, but I'm not there right now. And it doesn't mean that I'm never going to do a long fast again because I just came off of a 64-hour fast earlier this week. So it's not like I'm not capable of pushing a longer fast, but I'm telling you right now, if some of you are here to watch me fast for a week plus, you're probably not going to see that. I mean, I can't remember the last time I did a 7-day fast. It's been a minute. I think it's been over a year ago since I've done anything that long. I did a 90-hour fast not too long ago. But the point of this channel isn't to brag about how long I can fast for. The point of this channel isn't to talk about how much weight I've lost. The point of what I'm doing now is to be happy and healthy. That's the only thing that matters to me. With some real goals like losing excess body fat and gaining muscle. Like that is a tangible goal that I really want. It's not about a number on the scale. It's about losing actual body fat and gaining or maintaining muscle. That's what's important to me. And right now, I've been adding excess body fat, which is not the direction I want to be in at the moment. But I'm working on that, and I can't beat myself up over it. Aisha, day 17 of my fast. I broke into the upper 170s. I'm stalled at 178 for the second day. I'm down 32 pounds total and 9 pounds away from my goal. I hydrated and went walking. Congrats to you, Aisha. Congrats on being so far into your fast. Aisha has shared with us before in the past, very, very long fasts. I know that the diet part and sometimes the eating right, like, can be difficult and the weight can push itself back up. And I'm waiting for you, Aisha, to get to your goals, but I look forward to hearing about your days that are not so all or nothing as well. But congrats to you on pushing so hard. Congrats to you on showing up and getting yourself back into a routine and feeling good. I mean, yesterday you were talking about joining a gym and getting a fitness assessment, and I love that for you. So thank you for sharing with us, and keep all of us posted on your journey. Thank you so much for sharing. Um, Annam, I'm probably saying this wrong, or Annie, Annam for Jindum. You'll have to tell me how to pronounce this. 72 plus hour fasts are not sustainable forever, and the key to any diet working long term is managing hunger and being in a caloric deficit. And like, again, right, this is just a conversation of, for me, when I look at this, is everyone is different, everyone has a different use case scenario. I do believe that what is important for all of us here, and I appreciate you sharing that with us, I think really what's important here is finding long-term success, is finding something that you can do sustainably for the long term. And whether, right, when I was doing 90-hour fasts, I did that for 5 months. And there are only a handful of people who I have worked with or who I've seen who have shared something similar, because I know it's not an easy route for many people, because many people, just doing 90-hour fasts back to back to back is not for everyone. But there are many people who can, I won't say many, but there are people who have fasting levers like me, where fasting for 3 days, 5 days, 7 days isn't the hardest thing in the world. In fact, it's one of the reasons I've been able to keep this weight off, because the fasting part is the easier part for me. I mean, just look at Aisha. Aisha just said 17 days in. Aisha has completed longer fasts in the past as well. So I think, though, what is important, like what Anna was saying, is finding something that can be sustainable and long term, whatever that might be. And it doesn't mean that you cannot push a long fast every now and then. It doesn't mean that you can't eat super clean every now and then. I do feel that eventually, whatever it is that we're doing, we just have to find some balance where, for me, I believe in the same thing. I have to eat cleaner. I have to eat less. I have to eventually find myself in a big enough caloric deficit to lose excess body fat and still have enough energy to lift heavy and find good results in the gym. Okay, let me scroll down here. India says, I grabbed my phone real quick to comment and wish everyone a happy holiday season. India, it's always so nice to see you. I appreciate you being here. I typically, and I don't hear from India often, but always great nuggets of information as well. I typically watch from my TV and I'm too lazy to always comment. Please don't feel like you're obligated to comment. I appreciate you stopping by. I'm here. I see you all. You all do great. Thank you for the encouraging words. Thank you for the support. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let me scroll down. I'm just seeing if there's anybody I missed. Afia. Oh, Afia's talking to Gion. Hi, Afia. I'm not going to read through that. That's more of a personal message to Gion. But Afia, nice to see you. I think I've Emily says here, I just ate whatever I wanted for the past 5+ days today. It's the most I've eaten in a row since October. thinking of doing a week-long fast, how to get back into it. It looks like Emily also says, what do you think about this as well? Taking a break and eating whatever you want for a while before going back into rolling 48s. So Emily also asks, is it good for the body? The way I look at this is you ate whatever you wanted for 5+ days. It's the most you've eaten in a while. If you feel like your body needs a break from eating, it's time to hit that timer. If you're thinking of doing a week-long fast, I'm not saying you have to do an exact week. All I'm saying is go for as long as you healthily can. If at a moment you're not able to function normally, I just say, okay, it's time to break or modify that fast and maybe have something to keep you going. When you say, what do I think about taking a break and eating whatever you want? I mean, I wouldn't even look at it like that. I would look at it more as a, hey, are you paying attention to your 80/20? When I say that, I'm asking you, are you doing good things for yourself 80% of the time? When you say eat whatever you want, how often is that happening? Is it happening 20% of the time during a week or a month? That's no different than me saying, if you were to think about how many days you ate whatever you wanted and it was in a caloric surplus over the last 30 days, was it over 5 days during that month? If it was, then maybe you need to scale that back. If it's about 5 days, I wouldn't worry so much about it, especially if you are feeling good, you're feeling healthy, the clothes fit you well, the scale isn't completely going nuts. I don't think there is a specific time frame when you say something like a week and say, well, should I do 90? Should I do a 2 day? Do whatever works for you. I would say if you do a week and you feel good, then maybe it's time to just go back into OMAD or ADF or whatever it is. It is different for everyone. We all have to figure out what our numbers are, what we're capable of, what we feel good doing, how it makes us feel, and if it can be long-term and sustainable. It doesn't take rocket science to come to the conclusion if we're overdoing it for the day, if we're eating too much for the day. And this isn't a knock on Emily at all. All I'm saying is I ate 7,800 calories yesterday, or estimated 7,800 calories. The food I ate was not super clean. I ate a lot of Filipino food. There was lumpia Shanghai. There was caldereta. I ate, I was going to say, I ate puto yesterday, which is the Filipino food puto, not the other kind. I ate, what else did I eat yesterday? I ate pork barbecue. I ate a lot of rice. I had some noodles. I had ube. What else did I eat? I had leche flan. I had ham. I even ended up last night going to McDo, which is McDonald's, and I got two cheesy burger McDo. I had um, I had a chicken fillet with golden curry and rice, and that's at McDonald's. I had two apple pies. I had these like ube. I just had a lot of food yesterday. I ended up getting coffee at this coffee spot. And so I know it wasn't the cleanest food. And I know I overdid it. So, like I said, I'm not surprised when the scale pushes itself up because I know that it wasn't the cleanest. And I know that it's going to be something that I'm going to need to clean up in the future. So, for you, Emily, maybe the way I would see this is why don't you just let us know where you're at on your journey and tell us how you're feeling. Maybe show up on Sunday, share with us, and then we can kind of assess it from there. if you can show up and you can be accountable. But Emily, thanks for the question. Oh, I missed this. Deja had a $2 super chat. Deja says, it's because I asked Deja what kind of pie. You had multiple pies? Deja, did you make all these pies? Deja says banana cream, cherry, and pumpkin. All the pies, definitely all the pies. I had no pies yesterday. Oh, I had vanilla cake yesterday. I had this cake that had like, oh, it was good. It was pretty good. I still have not found pumpkin pie here in the Philippines. I'm not really actively looking for it, but that sounds great. I'm a big fan of banana cream pie. I'm a big fan of pumpkin. Cherry, not so much, but I'd still eat cherry pie. I mean, I pretty much eat anything. I just have specific favorites, but that sounds really good, Deja. And Deja, thank you for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you. TX says, how do you use the timer? Is there an app or just the iPhone time? I mean, you can use an app. The one that I would recommend probably is Easy Fast, right? That's the one people are using that doesn't like bombard you with paying for money. I personally use Zero. They're always asking you to pay though. I am currently working on my own fasting app, but I'm so far behind on that. I haven't even had a chance to look at it in a while. But you can use an iPhone timer. You can just write when you last swallowed a bite of food, whatever it might be. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. So just putting that out there, TX. Hopefully that's helpful. Thanks, Adam. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oliver says, do you check your ketone levels or glycose levels? Is that for glycogen? You're not asking me about my glucose, are you? Because if you're asking about glucose, I get my A1C checked every 6 months. So every 12 months. I try to do it every 6 months, but my insurance sucks. So they would overcharge me. Because I tried to go to the doctor before I moved to the Philippines here and literally charged me $300 just to talk to the doctor for 10 minutes, only for the doctor to tell me you're good, which I'll take. I mean, I'm not going to complain about being healthy. Do I check my ketone levels? I don't. Do I check my glucose? Yes, I do, because I'm a type 2 diabetic. I don't have type 2 diabetes per se. If they were to check my blood sugar or my A1C, it would be fine, just like it was the last time I went. But I don't check my ketones. No reason specifically, especially for someone like a nerd stat like me. As long as my blood work is good regularly, I don't worry too much about it. But I understand the importance of people doing that. I'm at 4 days out of 5 on my first 5 day fast. I tend to get anxious about those numbers. I mean, what are you anxious about? Are you anxious that you're not hitting your ketone numbers? I will say this. I don't worry so much about those numbers because I like to tell people, are you taking care of yourself? Are you doing things that are healthy for you? Are you taking care of yourself both physically and mentally? And if you are, I wouldn't worry so much about hitting specific numbers because this is what happens with the scale. We get all, it's like anxiety inducing. We get all nervous about, oh my God, I don't know if I want to stand on the scale because I'm afraid of, and I get it. I understand, especially after a big eating day. But remember, yes, I weighed 152.2 this morning. When I finish fasting today and I weigh on that scale tomorrow, I can guarantee you it will not be 152.2. And you know what? Even if it was 152.2, let's say I step on the scale tomorrow and it's 155. First of all, I'd probably be like, what the fuck? I just fasted all day. How could that be? But I also know that I put 0 calories in me. I am not eating today. I know that a lot of it is water weight that I have on right now. I have a lot of bloat on right now. But I'm also going to go for a walk later. I'm also going to lift weights later. I'm also going to do good things for myself today. I'm going to incorporate good habits today. And at the end of the day, that's what matters to me. Am I putting good habits into play? Am I taking care of myself? Am I being healthy for me, right? So I understand the anxiety. I just, I would not be, I would be asking myself, am I taking care of myself? Am I doing good things for myself? Because in the long run, that is what matters, is how often are you doing good, healthy things for yourself instead of being worried about what a number looks like tomorrow. One day does not define you. I've been doing this now for over 782 days. Well, today is day 782. Not every day is going to be perfect, and I'm perfectly okay with that. So just putting that out there, Oliver. Thanks for asking. Nightbreed says, I just found out this week I have hypothyroidism. It's been exhausting and demoralizing through my fasting journey. I appreciate listening to you. Fasting is going to be easier for me. I'm sorry to hear about the diagnosis, Nightbreed. I I cannot remember exactly how this affects people. Share with me because I'll read it later in chat. What do you have to do to kind of balance this out? Do you have to take any medication? Is there anything you have to do specifically? How does this affect you fasting wise? And how does it affect you with, let's say, working out or doing what you have to do? I just hope that you find a plan that works. I appreciate the kind words. I'm glad that listening to me is helpful in that way. Keep us posted. I'll be live streaming again on Sunday, so maybe I'll hear from you then. Hi, Sabby Bean. I see you in here. Deja says, Jerome, very important question. Did you get any Christmas gifts? So here's the thing, Deja. I took my family out last week. I took them out to like a lunch. I had said to them, I said, you want to go out for lunch? You want to go for dinner? I want to take my family out as like my Christmas gift to them. But as I took them out to dinner, I also told all of them, please do not get me anything. I do not want anything. Um, but family still got me stuff anyway. And my my pinsan, which is my cousin, her anak na babae, her daughter got me the shirt that I've been wanting, and I it's right over here, but I'll show it to you. It's the basketball team here in the Philippines. It's the right here. That's the flag, and it just says Filipinas. I'm excited to wear it. So I was I already told her. I was like, no Christmas gifts, but it was very sweet of her. I have I have a very small amount of family here, but they're great, and I haven't seen them in over 30 years. And I mean, even my cousin's daughter. I mean, the last time I was here, she wasn't even here. She didn't exist at that time. But it's great spending time with family here. So is a great gift. I did get a couple other things from my tito, from my uncle, and his wife, and yeah. So it was a great. And this is what I'm talking about. Is yesterday for me was a memorable moment. It was a great time being with family. I got to eat and try a lot of new things. I got to try a lot of foods that I haven't had in a while. I got to eat a lot of homemade Filipino foods, which is something that I really, really love. Um, and it's only one day out of the month. This doesn't happen every day. So I don't sit here and beat myself up because I overate. Because this is actually a really good segue is what happens moving forward. What am I doing now? I'm at the heaviest weight I've been in almost 5 months. What do I do after this? What do you think I'm going to do after this? You already know the routine if you've been here long enough. I hit my timer. I'm fasting again. How many hours am I fasted right now? 10. I'm only 10 hours fasted. But what matters is it's the 26th of December today, And I'm not telling myself I'm just going to wait until the first of the year. I'm not going to wait until 2026. For me, what's important is I keep pushing forward. I keep doing what I have to do. When I talk about old Jerome, I'm talking about Jerome in 2021, in 2022, in 2023, when I completely fell off of YouTube and I got back into my old habits. When I locked myself in my apartment and I refused to show myself to anyone because I gained all the weight back and I felt embarrassed, I felt guilty, I felt shameful. I don't want any part of that Jerome to show up again. And the thing is, that Jerome still shows up from time to time. But the difference is, I'm not taking 2+ years to get back into it. I literally ate 7,800 calories yesterday, and I'm here today at my heaviest weight. And actually, like Deja said earlier, I'm not sweating it. Why? Because I'm going to do what I have to do. I hit my timer. I'm 10 hours fasted. I'm going to be fasting all day today. I'm eating tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going out with family. We're going to go check out some different things, which I'm excited for, and I'm going to be eating. And I can't beat myself up over it either. I am going to try to eat better. I don't want to eat 7,800 calories tomorrow. I would love to keep the calories under 4,000, but that's going to be really dependent on what I choose to eat. So we'll figure that part out. Excuse me. So with that being said, we're going to do fit check. I don't want to do fit check, everyone. I'm so bloated right now, but we'll do it. We'll do fit check. What is fit check? Fit check, if any of you are wondering, is when I stand back here and I show you what I look like physically, even at the heaviest weight that I've been in almost 5 months. And I do it for transparency. I do it so I don't hide, so I don't pretend that it didn't happen. I ate 7,800 calories, and of course, it's going to show today. This is my way of not running away. This is my way of being accountable. Think about this for you. Think about if you had to do the same for me right now. Think about if you had to stand up, spin around, and show me what you look like after you ate whatever it is you ate tonight or yesterday or over the last week. Do you think that might change the way you eat or the way you do things? Would that encourage you to get back on a fast? Because for me, it does. I know it sounds weird if I'm saying, stand there and spin around for me. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in general, think about the accountability when it comes to that. So before I stand up, I always show these photos. I have been overweight my entire life. You'll see people throw on the fit check emoji of me here. I have been overweight in my adolescent years, obese, morbidly obese in my 20s, in my teenage years, like here, in my 20s, in my 30s, and even in my 40s. I have been overweight, obese, morbidly obese. That is who I have been for the longest time. Afia, I just saw you drop a huge donation before I say, what the hell? 1 second here. I show all those photos so that you understand that I have been like this my entire life. It's not like I just recently became morbidly obese. And the reason I share that is so you understand that I have now lost that weight and I have kept it off for 2 years naturally, not through medication, not through Ozempic, not through GLP-1, not through weight loss surgery, not through HRT or TRT. I'm not on any kind of hormone replacement therapy, on any type of testosterone replacement therapy. I have lost this weight and kept it off through fasting and good habits, working on my eating, my exercise, my sleep, so on and so forth. You know where that goes. Before I continue on with that, Afia just dropped a gigantic $35 donation. Afia, Thank you so much. Thank you for the huge donation. Afia with the $35 donation says, Jerome, here's my Christmas gift to you in appreciation of all the real life guidance and truth bombs you drop on us. That means so much to me, Afia. Um, I've realized over time, the more honest I can be, the more I can let this out, the more I feel like you say and like others say, I feel like it resonates. I think I say a lot of these things because I feel like I want to be able to speak up for the rest of us who feel the same way, who feel like they're embarrassed or ashamed. And I'm trying to break that stigma of saying it's okay. Like, I'm with you. I feel this too. And we're going to be okay. It's not going to be the end of the world. All you have to do is pick yourself back up and push again. Um, Afia says, you've got this because of your changed mindset and imperfect consistency. show, show your guns. Perfect chat. Afia, thank you so much for the $35 donation. Thank you for the support. I appreciate you so much. It means so much to me. Thank you for continuing to show up. It's always great to have you on the Wednesday live streams. Is it Wednesday or Thursday? Wednesday, right? The Wednesday live streams. And for you to continue sharing your journey with us and what you've been doing. Sophia, thank you so much for the generous donation. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. I do too. Afia says, I love our small community. So do I. So do I. So with that being said, everyone, let's time to do let's time to do fit check. It's time to do fit check. Oh my God. So let me fix this here. I ended up wearing a white shirt on purpose because white usually shows more of where the fat is at. So I'm currently wearing a size extra large boys shirt. Remember, you're watching me right now after eating 7,800 calories yesterday. I am very bloated today. So just FYI, this is the transparency I'm talking about. Most people, imagine if you had to eat 7,800 calories last night and 10 hours later, you'd have to stand in front of the camera. Would you do it? I'm just saying, right? This is something I would have never done in the past because I would have felt too embarrassed, too insecure, too guilty, too ashamed. And I do this now because I'm telling myself, it's okay, Jerome. You're going to be fine. You're going to get back on a fast. You're going to go for a walk today. You're going to go lift weights today. You're going to go lift heavy. You're going to go get some good sleep tonight because you've been lacking sleep. Stop bringing the phone with you to bed because that's been a really bad habit. So, yes, I am currently up in weight. I am currently bloated at the moment, but extra large boys shirt. These are like size large boys shorts. Why do I buy boys clothes? Because I'm short. I'm only 5'3". So I get the advantage of buying cheap clothes at the store. So we'll do a side shot here. And again, a very bloated Jerome at the moment. Side shot, rear, side, front. I am wearing a compressed shirt. I mean, if I want to stick my stomach out, there you go. This is a combination of probably a lot of water at the moment. I mean, let's be real. There's added body fat over the last couple of weeks. I do have loose skin. I have loose skin here on my neck. I always show this. I am a 45-year-old middle-aged man, so I know that the skin just does not bounce back like it used to. But that's okay. I do have loose skin here on my upper arms. It's not that bad. My lower stomach is where I have most of it. My upper inner thighs too. It is a reason I lift weights, like Afia said. I do lift weights because I do feel like it does help with the loose skin here. I like lifting weights because just aesthetically, I feel like it's more pleasing. And honestly, if you think about it, right? So today I weigh 152 I weigh 152.2. If you watch videos of me from last year or a year and a half ago when I weighed around 150, I can almost guarantee I don't have the same physique that I do today at 152 versus where I was at before at 152. And a lot of that is because I prioritize protein, I prioritize retaining muscle, I prioritize gaining muscle. The more muscle I have, the more I burn calories. The more muscle, yes, the more muscle I have, the more calories I burn at rest. So adding muscle boosts my metabolism. You adding muscle, retaining your muscle, keeping your muscle boosts your metabolism. You burn more calories at rest, which means you will lose more body fat at rest, or it gives you the opportunity to eat more calories. Plus, and I'm not saying you have to lift, I'm not saying you have to bodybuild or do any of that. All that means is do something, be active, do something that requires strength training, right? Do things that activate your muscles. Because if you do not use your muscles, you will lose your muscles. Why would you want to do that? As we get older, it gets harder and harder to retain it. I'm 45. It's important for me to keep my health up, and it's one of the reasons I do that. Oliver, Oliver with a $20 Canadian super chat. You guys are ridiculous today with the super chats. My goodness. Oliver with the $20 super chat says, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Oliver. I've been listening for a while and you've motivated me to engage in fasting and other good life habits. Keep the good work. Were you trying to say pumpkin? Thank you for your accountability. Thanks for your accountability and the transparency. Inspiring. Oliver, thank you so much for the $20 donation. I cannot remember. Is it Oliver or is it Olivier? Maybe it's Olivier. I'm not exactly sure, but thank you so much for the generous donation. Merry Christmas to you. I'm glad that I can motivate you. I'm glad that it's inspiring for you. I love that you're engaging in these good habits. I honestly think that's what it's about for a lot of us, right? Olivier, I got it. It's Quebec French Canadian. I do not have any kind of, I don't know the accent well at all, but hopefully Olivier is at least decent than Oliver. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for the generous donation. But I love seeing this because if this has helped you get into a routine of working on your habits and being better about you and taking care of yourself, that's what it's all about. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? Everyone, it just has to be consistent. So that is Fit Check for me. Yes, I'm up in weight. No, I'm not beating myself up over it. Yes, I'm up in body fat. And it's something that I want to get back down. I know that I am not fitting into my clothes as well as I have been even 3 weeks ago, maybe even 2 weeks ago. I've just been putting on weight. It isn't the worst thing in the world. I still feel very comfortable in my skin, but I also know I have work to do. And so I'm in this place right now where it's like, okay, Jerome, the holidays are over. You need to get your ass in gear. You need to start. For me, I'm talking to me, I need to start not having so many 20% days. I need to start not having so many days where I just eat a bunch of ultra processed foods. I need to have a lot more cleaning. I need to have a lot more clean eating days. Those days have to outnumber the days where I'm eating a bunch of shit foods. And I'm not saying that the foods I've been eating are shit. I cannot indulge in too many processed, ultra processed. And at the same time, I just cannot keep eating in excess, something that I will continue working on. And the more I do these live streams, the more it keeps me in check. The more I show up and be transparent, the more it keeps me in check. So that's it. I will do any kind of Q&A that any of you might have. So if any of you have any questions or anything that you want to talk about before I sign off here, please feel free to ask now. In the meantime, if any of you might be typing away and asking a question or saying something in general, if any of you are looking for additional help when it comes to fasting, weight loss, or accountability, if you are looking for an accountability partner or an accountability coach, you can go to finallyfasting.com. You can book a one-on-one session with me. We can go over a game plan and a strategy to help you get to where you need to be. I have said this before. Most of us know what we need to do. You all know if you fast and you keep your calories down or you have 0 calories, you will lose weight. You will lose body fat. You will lose excess body fat. It's not rocket science. You know, if you eat healthy and you eat clean foods, you will most likely drop weight on the scale as well. You will learn how to eat better. You will keep your habits up. If you get your steps in and you lift weights, again, the execution is the easy part. You know what you have to do. You don't need me for that. But if you are looking for accountability, if you need somebody to just know that you're not doing it alone, because you could tell yourself all day, I'm going to do a 90-hour fast. I'm going to do a 2-day fast. I'm going to do a 1-week fast. And the moment you don't want to do it and there's no accountability, what happens next? Do you completely go off the edge? Are you practicing the all or nothing lifestyle where you keep throwing things away? If you want to get out of that habit, you need some accountability. At least that's my opinion. Maybe that's the piece that's missing. Finallyfasting.com, if that's something that you would like to maybe take a look at and see if that's helpful for you. At the same time, though, if you want to help or support me in a different way, you can go to the link in the description of this live stream and you can be part of the Finally Fasting fam. Just like earlier, if you click that link, you can be part of the fam. You'll get a different color next to your name in the live stream chat. You'll get a little emoji. You get to use custom emoji. You'll get your name in the intros of these live streams, which is way overdue. I have to update that. You get just some perks for supporting me. If you join the higher tier, you can be part of the autophagy live stream where we have a group coaching session where we all get together. We all have a shared spreadsheet. Other people jump on camera. You get to hear other people's perspectives, which I think, I'll tell you right now, I think it's a very invaluable, or it's a very valuable thing is what I'm trying to say. It's valuable. It's invaluable. It's important. It's valuable information. I guess I'm just saying that you can't really put a price tag on it, hearing other people's stories. Because if you find me inspiring, if you resonate with me, I'm telling you, when you watch other people talk and other people share their stories, I think it gives you the opportunity to know that, oh shit, other people feel this way too. Other people do different things than just what Jerome does. Because I'll tell you right now, people who are on those autophagy live streams, if you think they're doing exactly what I'm doing, they're not. People eat differently. People fast differently. They're not doing what I do. Most people aren't eating 7,000 calories on their refeeds. Most people perform cardio differently. People do different things. The more you realize that your journey is your own, the more you realize that what matters is not how long you fast for or what you eat specifically, but that you are taking care of yourself and you are doing something long-term and sustainable and showing accountability. That's where the power, that's where a lot of the success, I believe, comes from. So if that's something you're interested in, you can take a look at the link in the live stream for that. We do that every week. You'll always see me there. Obviously, I'm the host. So just check that out if that's something you're interested in. Okay, so with that being said, let me see here. I'm just looking at the comments on here. Maggie also says, thank you, Jerome, for showing up for yourself and us. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I mean, it's helpful for me, and I'm glad that it's helpful for many of you too. Deja says, it would be fun to do another group fast like the one Miss Peaceful organized a while back. Would anyone be up for it? There you go. Anybody up for a group fast? I don't know exactly where I'm at right now because I have family things going on, but if any of you are interested in that, you all should be chatting right now. See if there's something that, you would all like to do. Melly Mel says, does your family in the Philippines watch your channel? um, they know about it. They know about it. So I think they've watched some of it. I don't expect them to watch it on a regular basis, but I think some of them, I mean, yes, my family knows about it here. They know about my channel. Uh, they might have popped in from time to time, but anyway, um, I'll just leave it at that. So, but yes, they do. They do. Eric says, would you be up for a protein sparing modified fast as a challenge? I mean, I would say this, Eric, as well, right? Like, if any of you throw a fasting challenge out there, remember, if the challenge is for like a 65-hour fast or a 72 or a 90 or even a 36 or whatever that fast might be, remember, I want people to tell themselves or say to themselves, if a fasting challenge is what you all want to do, remember, it's still important you do it your way. I mean, I'd say this not just to Eric, but if any of you have to modify it in a way just to like be in it, at the end of the day, if it is going to help you do good things for yourself, roll along with it. I wouldn't be too concerned about how it's being done and more of, can I keep my good habits up for the week? You know what I mean? Participating in that way. So Maggie says, Jerome, when you were in the Philippines on vacation, you had done a live stream at the beach. Can you do that again? Maybe. If I do, I will have to go back to a beach where I can find Wi-Fi like I did last time. And when I did that live stream, that was for my Wednesdays, right? That wasn't for everyone during that time. I'm surprised you remember that. Or yeah, did you just watch that as a member of the Autophagy live stream, I'm guessing? Maybe one day. I know many of you want to see what my life is out here in the Philippines. I do share my life out here, but that is shared through my personal account. And I know you guys don't have that, but that's a little different. I will try to maybe share a little more about my life out here. Maybe share some photos or videos or what have you when I'm here. I mean, yesterday was really cool because I had never gone to a bubble light fireworks show for Christmas. And there were so many people and everyone was just in such a great mood. And like I said, Christmas goes hard here in the Philippines. So, and it was like 85 degrees out. You know, I'm from Chicago, so having warm weather is not, that's new for me too. So, hi, peace to all. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Savvy says, yes, it's a great disconnect for us Americans. I know a lot of people like to just see what life is like outside of the States or, how it's different from the West. I'm like sitting here, I'm like, I have a bunch of stuff from the Philippines, but maybe for next time. Maybe for next time. Deja says, do a live stream while swimming in the ocean. I do not have the equipment for that, Deja. Maggie says, do they go all out for New Year's? That I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. So the thing that I've learned here in the Philippines is they have something called Noche Buena. So Noche Buena happens at midnight on the 24th. So technically it's Christmas Day, but there's like a huge celebration the night before. My family here doesn't do it, but I've read about it, I've seen it, and they're just gigantic celebrations. And it starts at midnight, and usually I think people go to midnight mass, and then afterwards, just like this huge celebration. Because even on Christmas Eve at midnight, when it became Christmas Day, I could hear fireworks. Fireworks were going off, and it's so different. Um, so yeah, Christmas goes hard in a different way here. D-Duck says Philippine New Year's is like nothing I've experienced. I was in the Philippines for 2025 New Year. It's amazing. So I haven't experienced that. I will keep you all posted on what that looks like. Maybe what I'll do on the next live stream is maybe show some videos if I have it with you all. So, okay. I think that's it, everyone. We're 2 hours. Wow, this is a lot longer than I thought. Actually, the time went by a lot quicker today. I didn't even realize we were already over 2 hours in here. So I think that's it for today. I want to give a very, 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 very special thank you to Tara, to Spike, to Julian, to North Dakota for being part of the Finally Fasting fam, for Priceman5 with the $20 donation, Spike with the $20 donation, to Deja, to Afia with the $35 donation, and to Oliver with the $20 donation. You guys, insane today with the support, with the donations. Thank you so much for supporting me today. I appreciate that extra support. It means so much to me. Thank you to my Finally Fasting fam members who support me in that way as well. And thank you to all my regulars. Thank you to everyone who's here on a regular basis. Thank you for being supportive and kind and helpful to one another. I appreciate that. We will do this again on Sunday, right? Sunday evening at 7:30 p.m. Chicago time, Central time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed your Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you enjoyed the time off. Hopefully you had time off. If you didn't, I just hope you had a great day. I hope you all have a great weekend. We'll talk again on Sunday. Remember, you don't have to wait until the new year. You can start now. All you have to do is hit a timer, do the best that you can, and practice imperfect consistency. If you have a hard time doing something in the middle because you're all or nothing, doing something in the middle is something that you need to work on. A lot of people don't see that because they're so used to all or nothing, fast forever or do nothing. When in fact, maybe the hard part right now is doing something in the middle. Trust me, I'm still working on that too. I mean, I can't even talk about how many successful OMAD days I've had because I typically don't. Okay, that's it. Remember, you're not alone on your journey. We're doing this together. That's why today, when I made this live stream, I'm up in weight. I'm the highest I've been in almost 5 months. But you know what? I'm not waiting until the new year. And I meant it in the live stream. Let's fix it together. And that's exactly what I intend to do. That's what I intend all of us to do, right? So as I'm saying this as well, can you show up on Sunday? Can you keep me posted on your journey? For people who said, Drum, I'm going to do this, and this is what I said I'm going to do, and here's where I'm at, and blah, 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 right? And I don't mean blah, blah, blah in a bad way. I'm just saying whatever it is you said, can you show up on Sunday and let me know how you're doing? Even if it didn't go according to plan. Can you say, Jerome, this was my plan, but I'm here, and this is what I did instead? This is how you build accountability. This is how you build good habits, by just showing up. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be consistent. Imperfect consistency, right? Okay, everyone, that's it. Here's my obligatory wave. I got shit to do today. I got to go for a walk. I got to lift weights. I got other work to finish for my other clients. So I will see you all on Sunday. Have a great one, everyone. Take care.